Okay, so we're going to do a love reading. This is going to help you get some insight about what you got going on in your relationship. I'm going to use the Goddess deck to be able to help you get that insight through there. I want you to think about numbers through 1 through 10. I'm going to pull cards for those representing your relationship, giving you insight of what you need to do next. So go ahead and start, whatever number you picked. Number 1. Aha. There's a resistance. A part of you wants to be able to go in this relationship deeper, wants to be able to allow something to come out of it, but you have so much stuff from the past that's been working against it that you have this little bit of hesitation. And you're not also wrong about the intuition part. Something about the relationship or what they're presenting themselves as doesn't sit right with you or doesn't sit well with you. This is the time to start asking those questions and start having those first date questions that you may have possibly already skipped, to start to understand where your intentions lie. Are you guys even on the same frequency as far as where you want to go or what it is that you want in a relationship? So it's about reevaluating and going from there. Number 2. This is about you being bold and asking for what you want. So either you're not in a relationship yet and you're starting to open up this door into trusting that you get to have what you want in relationships and in love, or you're in a relationship but you're not applying yourself. You're not standing on business. You're not standing your ground. You're not speaking up for yourself and doing what it is that you want to do for the relationship. You're doing a lot of complacency, or you're going with the flow a lot, or you're a little indecisive. They need you to decide what you want in the relationship, decide how you want the relationship to go. Have the conversation that you need to have. Be bold. Okay. Number 3. This is all about lust and love. This is all about getting what you want, about being poured into. This may be a situationship. This may be a friends with benefits. This may be a relationship that's just starting to peak in the sense of you getting showered on. And it's all about you receiving, finally receiving, because you haven't for a long time, or the things you've received in the past haven't been that good. So this is about finally getting into that space where it feels like you're really embodying yourself and living in that feminine energy of light and love. But just be aware that it feels that it could be more surface. If you want something a little bit deeper, it's about taking that passion to the next level and expressing yourself that way. Number 4. This is about a doorway opening in you. This is about you recognizing that you are everything in this world, that you are this magician, that you are this magic, that you are this love, and being in love with yourself, for one. Okay, this is a new journey, a new path. And that relationships that are going to come out of this is going to be a whole nother level of relationship, meaning that you're ready to find your person, your true soulmate, the person you've been calling to, all the work that you've gone through to get to this person. This is what this represents. So you're in that verge right now. Either you have just opened the door to that person, or you're in the verge of opening the door to that person somewhere in the next 3 to 4 months. So just be aware, if you chose this, you're on the verge of finally stepping into the right energy because the type of love you've poured into yourself. So it's a self-love journey. And I need you to stay on track with the self-love journey because you have been falling back a little bit from your practices. Get back into your practices of taking care of yourself and cleansing and doing the things that you need to do so that you can balance out the energies between what you want and what you desire. Number 5. So there's a lot to do with things that have been happening. So you're either in a relationship that is a karmic tie, or you're in a relationship with someone who may be narcissistic or has some tendencies that are like that because of the trauma they have. And so it's putting you in a weird state where you feel like you can't really have what you want, or that you're still carrying some sort of like resentment towards yourself, or guilt that you're carrying in the situation because of something that happened. And even something that they're doing or maybe saying is like a manipulation, trying to play with your mind games. So if you have this going on, and this is the card you picked, understand the relationship is a test. It's a test to see if you're going to choose yourself and know your value and your self-worth. Okay? All right, number 6. I think we're on number 6. Stand in your power. This is really about understanding that you have a voice and you have something that needs to be heard and something that needs to be said. You have been kind of keeping back or holding back some of the things that are bothering you in your connection with this person in relationship, or also if you haven't stepped into something just yet, you haven't asked for what you're looking for. So you're wondering why when you're going on dating apps and you're going to these certain situations, it's not exactly what you thought they were going to be, but it's because you haven't found your voice yet and deciding this is how I want my life to be. So it's really about you stepping into everything you are and you using and commanding what's next. Or, like I said, in the relationship, starting to acknowledge the things you don't like before the relationship turns into something that you really don't want anymore because you're not being verbal. Okay? 7. Okay, this is about being receiving. Okay, this is about you've planted a lot of seeds in a lot of different situations and relationships. This means in the relationship you possibly have already done a lot of work with this person, or have already I don't want to say made a lot of sacrifices or planted a lot of seeds in the situation for them. So kind of like helping them get to where they need to go. And now it's time for you to start receiving like all the bliss out of it. So it's almost like, in a sense, trust yourself that what you've done and the energy that you've put into the relationship is going to turn into some kind of fruit. Okay. Meaning that you don't have to keep nagging. If you've already said something previously, watch and see how the energy unfolds now that you have done that work. Or it can also mean for you too, if you are in the season of like starting to walk into something more, starting to embrace more, that you're going to have lots of opportunities or lots of options of people to date. You don't have to pick something specific or pick someone specific. You have options. And so they're saying, go out there and pick the best, the cream of the crop. Okay. Number 8. We're almost there. Yes. This is about manifestation. This is basically saying that you've already picked the energy of what you're looking for. This is like almost in the sense like the person that you're with is very intuitive or very aware of themselves. So even when you think about like what it is that you need or want, it's like they already know. They already are doing it before you even say anything about it. It's almost like it's too connected. You guys have a lot of commonalities, a lot of things in place. So they're saying this is just really about thinking about where else you want this relationship to go and allowing yourself to flow and to trust the relationship and to trust yourself, because you've done all the work to just receive at this point. You don't have to do anything more to make this relationship something bigger. And this also feels like it's a excitement towards someone that you're going to be like spending long term with or spending your life with. Are we on 9? Or are we on 10? Jeez, I don't know. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. This is about your relationship basically taking on a different form than what it has previously. So this could be something in the sense of you having a relationship with someone that maybe you had met through like work, or that you had met through like an unconditional channel, or felt like almost like it was too good to be true, and then it's turning into something more or something bigger. And so they're saying trust the process, trust that this level of your witchery, your alchemy is going to turn out exactly what you want for this relationship. They're also basically saying that you forget sometimes that you're this queen and you've created so many things for yourself. So they're saying also be aware of your queendom, be aware of that you get to be catered to or taken care of in a different way than you have before. So this is when they talk about that like soft life, that soft girl era, that's what they're talking about, or soft guy era. And 10. So this is going to be one relationship out of all of them that I would say is going to be more of someone that highlights you, okay? Someone that supports you, someone that is escorting you or leading you towards your greatness. This is the first time ever, if you have this card, if you picked number 10, that you have met someone that actually is here to elevate you instead of you elevating them. The other cards were more so lessons and learning and you being the healer potentially, right? This is something in the sense that you're having someone be the healer for you and someone being a support to you. And it's such a beautiful moment for your heart space, because you have never experienced this type of connection and love before. And it's going to seem scary, but if you allow yourself to really flow and to shine, everything you've ever wanted in your life is going to come into fruition. Hey, okay. Hope that gives you guys insight with your relationships, what you got going on. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything else that you want me to go deeper into. I know that was very quick, but at least it gives you some insight as you walk on this beautiful journey of love. Love and light.